In this exercise, we're going to practice some of the skills that we've learnt in this section with regards to formatting as a table, sorting and filtering data, and also applying subtotals. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to select the data on the worksheet called Customer Invoices and format the data as a table. And I don't mind which table style you choose. I'd then like you to name the table Invoices underscore 2020. Once you've done that, I'd like you to sort the invoices in the table by month, invoice total, and status. And I'd like you to sort them in the order specified in the screenshot. And it's worth noting that for the month, we're using a custom list. Next, I'd like you to practice filtering data. So I'd like you to filter the data in the table to show all invoices over $3,000 that have a status of past due. And then finally, on the customer invoices subtotal sheet, I'd like you to apply subtotals to the data. And at each change in month, I want you to add the subtotal to the invoice total. Finally, I'd like you to collapse up all of the subtotals to show only the totals for each month. So quite a few things to do there. If you'd like to see my answer, then please keep watching. So the first thing that I asked you to do was to put the data on the customer invoices worksheet into a table. So we're going to click in our data, up to home, across to Format as Table, and I didn't mind which one of these table styles that you chose. So I'm going to go for this one just here. Yes, my table has headers. Let's click on OK. And I've now created myself a table. I then asked you to give this table a name of Invoices underscore 2020. So up to the Table Design ribbon, into the Properties group, I'm just going to change this table name, Invoices underscore 2020, and hit Enter. Next, I asked you to apply a custom sort to this data. So on the data ribbon, we're going to click on the sort button. And the first thing that we're going to sort by is the month. And for this, we're going to use a custom list to determine the order. So I want these to be sorted into month order. Let's select the custom list and click on OK. We're going to add another level and we're going to sort by the invoice total. And we're going to do this largest to smallest. And then finally, let's add another level, sort by the status A to Z, and click on OK to apply that sort. Next, I asked you to use filters to filter for invoices that are over $3,000 and have a status of past due. So for this, we're going to use our filters at the top of the table. Let's go to Invoice Total, click the drop down and go to Number Filters, and we're filtering for totals that are greater than $3,000. Let's click on OK. And then we're going to apply a second filter because we want to filter for invoices where the status is past due. So let's select and click on OK, and there are our filtered results. For the final part of this exercise, I asked you to apply subtotals to the data on the Customer Invoices subtotal worksheet. And at each change in month, we want to add a subtotal for the invoice total. So let's click in our data, up to the Data tab, and over to the Outline group where we have a Subtotal button. So at each change in month, we want to do a sum of the invoice total, and click on OK. And then finally, I asked you to collapse up the subtotals to only show the subtotals for each month. So for this, we can use our little 1, 2, 3 buttons in the top left-hand corner. So if I click on number 2, it's just going to collapse everything up so I can just see those monthly totals.